So starting a brand is supposed to feel really exciting. It's been a dream of mine to start a clothing brand for a minute now. I've done one in the past. Well, actually I've done several in the past. A few of them did good and a few of them did okay. The one that we did last year, which was only ninjas, we did that for the purpose of the actual YouTube channel itself, so I can show you guys the whole process. Now that one did fairly decent, but the only issue was that I wasn't able to grow and scale this actual clothing brand because honestly, I need a team. And the team that I have on board with me, we're focused on our actual business, which is selling on Etsy, selling on Amazon, selling on marketplaces. When I first started my clothing brand in 2014-15, it was real exciting, but everything that I learned along the way pushed us in different business models. Now I really want to get back into it and give it my all. And I've realized I have some financial cushion to be able to do so, and I have the right team to do so, and I also have the right knowledge to be able to do so. But just a minute ago, I calculated the actual amount I've spent over just the last week alone. Like, damn, is it really worth it? We're gonna see. I'm gonna give it my all. And this time, whenever I say we're starting a clothing brand, I wanna show you guys every step of the way beyond just production itself. You know, we did the past series where it was pretty much building a brand, but we were just showing you guys all production methods and whatnot. Now we're gonna really get into it, and I'm gonna show you guys from the inside out. All right, so first and foremost, I had to start a whole new name because I needed to bring on other team members that were also going to be part owners. That way they're also passionate about it and we can always work on the brand even if I'm not working on it. All right, so first things first, we had to move a lot of things around to prepare for this actual brand itself. So in the warehouse area, we had to move a lot of things around because I wanted to get the environment right. So we had to paint something new here. And this is according to the new brand, which the name is, boom. The name of the brand is After Hours. So first and foremost, when it came to the name of the brand, we had to find a purpose in the name. We had to find the why. We had to find a reason that we were going to go with this name. We've landed on several hundred different brand names, but this is the one that stuck to our purpose for this actual brand. And the problem with this name itself, we're probably going to be putting up a fight when it comes to the actual brand name. Trademark wise, I went ahead and got the legal process started. So that cost us roughly, I'll get to an Excel sheet soon with the expenses, but that'll cost us roughly like north of 600 bucks. And I'll show you why, even though it's actually cheaper to do it a different route yourself. But anyways, this is the name of the brand, After Hours. And let's just go ahead and get to the expenses. So check it out, here's some of the expenses. So far, we went with LegalZoom as far as the trademark. I've used them in the past and I was happy with the situation. I've also filed my own trademark in the past without using LegalZoom. And I forgot the price, but it's roughly like 150 bucks for the filing. But sometimes if it has confusion with other brands, they need an attorney to respond to it anyways. So that was my first issue and I really didn't even know how to respond. So I went with LegalZoom this time because they already have the process down. I've also used LegalZoom my second time filing a trademark and it also helped out as well. So it's 600 bucks, but then you still have to pay the filing fee on top of it. LLC, I forgot the exact price. It also depends how quick you want it back. All you have to do is go to your state website for that. That one's a little bit easier to sign up for. I think you can use like LegalZoom to do an LLC as well. There's other websites as well, such as something like Taylor Brands where they set everything up for you. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I've always done the LLC straight on your state website. You can do that straight on your state website. So here's a few different things right here. Of course, we've gone through production many times on this channel, pros and cons. So for the first one, we're just gonna start off with transfers so we can limit our expenses. We already have $400 worth of transfers here, which is covering 200 different types of hoodies. The only difference is that we don't have to pay for the hoodies up front, right? And we're limiting our expenses on those hoodies in case we don't sell through all 200 hoodies. But I really want everything to be screen printed or cut and sewn from overseas once we start getting to more custom things. So we also purchased some transfers for these hoodies for the actual neck tag labels. But we also ordered over $100 worth of Alpha Broder samples, different types of blanks from Alpha Broder, so we can see the different types of material that we're going to want to produce on, right? So it's important. This right here, you know, you'll really never see your money back, but this is research and development within the cost of your actual brand itself. For example, so only $100 of these transfers right here is for the neck tag labels that we'll probably use, but I also ordered another transfer for a test to see how this second print will look. Now on top of that, I've already sent, like I said, I want everything to be mostly screen printed. I've already ordered over 150 blanks straight to our screen printer so that they can go ahead and print our designs. And then here's some other things right here that we never really see on a YouTube channel. So Slack, honestly, we should have just used a private Discord channel. I thought it was 70 bucks for the whole year, but they pay per seat, and we have 3 owners on board for this clone brand. So Slack is a messaging service, pretty much just like Discord. We can organize everything that way, you know, we can separate like if things need attention and stuff like that. All right, so let me see if I can give you guys a brief look at that real quick. So check it out, this is Slack. We have everything right here on our left side. Like we have say if we're doing events, we plan on doing like some pop-up events and whatnot soon. We have like our t-shirts that's in production. We can see what's in production. These have no chat in it, that way it doesn't interrupt the flow. And then we have like this whole pretty much design idea section where it's like we just pretty much take a look at like what we're interested in and whatnot, and then we give a thumbs up to it. And if we give that thumbs up to it, then we can start moving on to getting that actual design created, and then we can mock it up and see if it's going to be something that we like in the future. All right, so that's pretty much Slack. You could probably just use a Discord channel private for that as well if you wanted to. So far we've also spent money on domains, which was 20 bucks for the year. But of course I purchased multiple domains that had to do with the actual brand itself. Right now we're using Shopify, and we had to pay for Google Suite for our custom emails. And then I had to reactivate our Klaviyo account for this, which was 130 bucks. So far we're in about 2,400 bucks, right? So the total potential of these 150 t-shirts and these 200 hoodies though, although we have not calculated our expenses of printing the t-shirts or the actual blanks of the hoodies itself, our total potential right now is probably going to be roughly 7,800 bucks if we're able to sell through. But right now we are in the negative. I've already spent over 2,400 bucks on everything, and this is a rough estimate. It's probably a little bit higher. So after seeing this, I'm like, God damn. Does it really cost this much to start a brand? No, it absolutely does not. But this right here is for me to be able to do a brand done right, because right now I'm fully committed to this, you know. So that's probably why you haven't really seen me on YouTube. I told myself that I would start posting more content, but now I think I can start posting more content on the whole behind the scenes of what's going on right now. So literally within the past few weeks, this is what I'm fully committed to. You know, this is something that I've always wanted, and I've realized I can't do it alone. So that's why things are being done the way it's being done right now. And also that's 2,400, you know. You can split it 3 ways depending on how many owners you have on board for that startup cost. So if your brand carries that strong of a message and your team's on board with it, then you know they're also going to be 100% supportive and on board with the situation. But right now, man, honestly, I need some tips from a real CEO who's doing this. So I'm about to make a quick phone call, see what he has in mind.
Man, what's going on, Rich?
So man, I'm starting a clothing brand, and man, I thought to myself, who else should I call to get advice on it? Some questions, man.
What you got for me?
What should I focus on first?
Do you have a name?
Yeah, we got a name that we ended up on After Hours.
Okay, I like that. So, all right, now that you got your name, now first thing I focus on is the why. Why is going to be what's very important of a brand, because we tell people all the time we don't actually sell, you know, a T-shirt. We sell an intangible feeling, an intangible product that's promoting the lifestyle that you can rise above and trust in your vision. Our brand message is that we provide original designs and branded fashion apparel to urban youth who feel stagnant and trapped by what the environment tells them what they can and cannot do. And that's what we're selling. So the product is just what the end user gets to wear to represent what we're all about. So my first thing I'll tell you is focus on your why, because that's going to be what you really sell. Secondly, a lot of people always just stick to the first price that they see. So if, let's just say you find mesh shorts or shirts or hoodies in one area, always continue to see how can you get the cost of goods down. Because the more that you get, you want to get those cost of goods down, because what we tell people is the more that you can lower your cost of goods, that's the same money that you can add to advertisement, which ultimately helps your brand scale and grow. And then the last thing I'm gonna say is database. Make sure that when you a new play that we've been running is when you having your drops, and before you actually release it, maybe getting people to sign up to reserve it or get on a waiting list for it, so that way you already have an idea on how many people want this actual item. And then when that actual item drops, you can push it to them because you already know that they highly engaged with that. So we've been seeing that to have a higher conversion rate than just sending it out to your normal database, who may not even know that you're dropping it. Because for us, we are getting better at the anticipation part. So like letting our audience know what's coming, so they anticipate it, so that way that they want it as soon as it drops.
Gotcha. Dang, man, you unloaded a lot, bro. All right, so
man, you asked and you came to the best. You wanted the best info, man.
Hey, man. So all right, focus on the mission statement. Damn, why somebody coming? All right, so focus on the mission statement, and then focus on the pricing. Worry more so about getting more customers instead of like trying to make a profit.
Correct. Because the more customers that you get, the more profit that you're gonna get. Because ultimately, your brand only grows as your customers grow. So if you don't grow your customer base, technically your brand isn't growing. You're just dropping new merchandise to the same people.
What's one of the greatest challenges you done faced so far that you didn't expect?
I mean, honestly, bro, is realizing that it's you versus you. And what I mean by that is, like, at the end of the day, you're only gonna be as good as you allow yourself to be. And anything you do gonna have a challenge, whether that's a brand, whether that's a career, whether that's life. Everything gonna come with challenges, and it's all about how you look at the situation and what you do after that situation happens. So when something happened to me, I choose to go get knowledge in an area, or because what it is the knowledge that's keeping us afraid from that situation. And I'm not speaking on nothing like as far as debt or anything, but like, what may stop somebody from starting their brand is the fact that they don't know how to find a manufacturer. If you get what I'm saying?
I get you.
So instead of getting the knowledge that allows you to figure that out, you just don't do it.
Yeah, true. Look at this though. Look at this. I got the knowledge.
That's what I got the two trusted manufacturers. Hey, make sure y'all go and check out our 3-in-1 bundle now. Make sure you drop that link for them.
All right, so that was the homie Marlon, CEO of World Envision. Man, he's been an awesome friend to me over the past few years, ever since we've created that first initial piece of content together. And man, that was some valuable information that really got me hyped back up for this brand right here. All right, so also, he'll also be here too. This Bella Canvas Brand Builder Summit, October 22nd. It's pretty much geared to anybody who wants to build a brand or has a brand and needs some of those extra gems to get you going, right? Because Bobby Hundreds of the Hundreds Clothing Brand is going to be here. Market, Hypebeast, other influencers on board, which includes John Santos, Stan, T-Shirt Side Hustle, a few others. Like I said, Marlon, Nick, World Envision is going to be there too. So make sure you check that out. I'll post a link to this down below. Brand Builders Summit, October 22nd at Bella Canvas's headquarters in Beverly Hills. All right, so make sure you check that out. But anyways, back to the brand. All right, so now I'm gonna give you guys a quick sneak peek of like our initial drop, which is going to be some hoodies. And I'm gonna post a whole video on how we got this done as well. So like I said, we want everything to be screen printed right here. This is transfers and you really can't even tell. And we've washed it and it washed pretty good too. So what we're gonna do is use transfers to eliminate our costs initially. And then we're just gonna use it to gauge how well of a demand is actually creating, and if it sells like over 10 or so, then we'll go ahead and get a screen printer. But if not, this will help us eliminate some of those costs of having to pay up front for a lot of things. All right, so anyways, here's the hoodie that we did after hours. I'm gonna let you guys know a little bit more about the brand afterwards too. And then this is what was interesting, we did transfers over the pocket. Yo, this is sick. There'll also be another video comparing all the blanks that we tried out to use for the brand as well. So that's also going to be helpful because I had to spend money on the actual samples to see what we liked. And now you guys can go ahead and see it on the channel. Look at my hair. This is actually a Lane 7 blank. This is like one of the more streetwear style blanks. It's like a little rough feeling. So that's this hoodie. And if you guys want to support the brand, of course, link down below. It probably won't ship out until next week though. So let me give you guys some quick background on the brand and why we started. So After Hours is pretty much anything outside of like your ordinary schedule and your routine. And it's those moments, and it's those moments that you really question yourself if you're like on the right path and on the right journey. Like even doing this brand, I was questioning that, like, you know, because it's like a whole nother expense, a whole nother project that I'm tackling on. And moments in time, you know, depending how hard you work on it, you really start to question yourself if you're really good enough or if this is the path that you should pursue. And you start questioning your ability, asking yourself if you're good enough for it. And those after hours are really, to me, is those inner demons that you fight that really make you feel weak. And I want everybody to know that, you know, everybody has their way of struggling and you're not alone in this process. That's why, you know, over the years, every once in a while I post those motivational videos on the channel just about struggling in general, and I just want y'all to know that y'all not alone. And this is one way for me to express that was within this brand right here, because I know at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have about the game of printing, selling t-shirts, hoodies, starting a brand. We all fight our own, you know, inner demons. Even like, man, it's crazy that Marlon even said that in the video. At the end of the day, it's you versus you. And sometimes the stronger version of us is our inner demons that's fighting us, telling us that we're wrong. But sometimes we need to be able to fight back and tell them that we're right. So to me, basically, the after hours is just those dark moments that we have in life. And I want y'all to understand those darkest moments, those darkest hours make your brightest days. And no matter how far I get in life, I still always fight these dark moments. And I want y'all to understand these after hours aren't here to haunt you. It's those moments that can really define you. The after hours are the moments that's supposed to sharpen you and make you better. But sometimes we look at these after hours and these after hours haunt us and beat us up. So, you know, that's what after hours is all about, is taking those after hours and making the best of it and not letting those after hours making the best of us. So that's pretty much how I landed on this brand. And if y'all really want to show y'all support and whatnot, links down below. And another thing that I'm going to do different with the brand itself is that I'm going to host like free live workshops for the actual brand. So I'm working on that right there, where it's like, it's almost therapeutic that you can come in here and talk about like what your problems and what your situations is. And, you know, I'm not the greatest at it, but I'm here to help. I'm willing to help. You know, that's why I posted these videos in the past, just talking about like the struggle of entrepreneurship and whatnot, because honestly I know what it's like to struggle, and if I can do anything to help you struggle just a little bit less, then that's my goal. All right, so if you want to support the brand, like I said, today's Monday, so October 3rd. It probably won't ship out to next Monday just because we're still trying to organize everything, but I want you guys to be able to see the whole process this time. If you're in the Atlanta area, hopefully I'll be able to do a pop-up shop at least by next month. Make sure y'all click the link, support the brand. I'm gonna go ahead and send an email out. Anybody who is part of Only Ninjas is gonna get first access to after hours. Man, I appreciate y'all. If y'all down to see this whole process, then I need y'all support down below. I've never asked for anything from y'all before, but if this is one thing that I need y'all's help on, please feel free to support the brand, because I'm gonna bring y'all through the whole process and y'all know that. So comment, like, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all next time.